Hello. So we are here to talk about I am here to talk about another book that I read. It's not a review, of course. It's something that I like doing. I like talking about the book that I read. So this video is for that. Talking. Another book that I read. It has a very interesting title. Travels with my aunt. So there is this list of books that I want to read, and this book was not part of it, but someone gifted it to me. So intentions were very right because I like reading. So gifting is always good. Mane gifting a book to me is always good. I feel good about it, and that's why I read this book. Of course, the title is very unique, and the way it starts is very unique. So there are this, all the characters are, most main characters are at little older age. Main characters are at older age. I don't know if it is a correct English, but yeah. Um, the Henry, he is almost retired bank manager who lived his life certainly, uh, very quietly within the rules of society, and he meets his aunt at a funeral of his mother, and she's older than him, and she's completely different, more chaotic, living very differently than him almost all her life, and right now also at this age her way of life is very different, and that's how he also kind of gets very interested in her life or in her way of life. I wanted to shoot this video in little bit sunlight, but right now it's not there, so I'm thinking, should I continue or not? But I will continue, and after that I will decide if I want to keep it or not. Okay, so yeah, that's how they meet, and that's how the book starts, and all the characters that comes into his life at this age is through her aunt, and the book is not on traveling. It's very different. It's you can say it's a drama. There is certain criminal characteristics or characters are there are few situations are there, so I thought that it's a travel book, but it's not. It's a very different book. um mm, yeah. I don't want to go more into story, but I will um, speak on this, that eventually this book did not uh, work out for me. Maybe I literally judged it by its cover. And maybe by its cover and the title I had certain idea that how this book will be, but it was not like that, and it did not turn out good from that expectation. Sometimes it happens that it go beyond your expectations, but it was not like that for me, at least. So but I want to finish the book that I start, so I did finished it. Maybe I will have different opinion on it eventually. Maybe I want to pick up it at another time after few years, and I'll give it another try because I want to, for this book. Yeah, it is a classic book. It was written in 1960 sometime, and it is written by. Sorry, I forgot to tell the author name. It's written by Greene, and it was written in 1960s. And the way it was written, it's very different, And the way the books were written, fictional books were written, the ideas of fictional books were there at those times. It's a different than that. It doesn't have that clear redemption arc or this heroic characters and the journey of that. So it's a very uniquely written book. It was meant to be a comic book, but not, of course, not trying to be funny, but it's funny situationally. It's a smart book, you know. I was not able to connect it uh, with it intellectually or emotionally, but of course the I was the way the structure of the book, the writing and craft of the book was going, it was very interesting, unique. So yes, it's a classic book. I don't know, I'm in that phase where similar experiences are happening with me, because after that I also started reading this very small, chotu, unique book. Um, Suzanne Sontag on Notes on Camp. I came to know about this author particularly through Reels, Instagram Reels, through her interviews. So she was very celebrated writer and philosopher or thinker of that time, and the way she spoke and the way she was carrying herself was very interesting for me, and that's why I came to know that there is, someone like her, mm, in those time. The way she was expressing herself and idea of herself and society in general was very unique and quite bold, and it is still like that. But somehow, of course I wanted to explore her more, and I thought of reading her because she's mainly a writer. So I picked up this book, but uh, I was not understanding any of it. I was not able to understand anything. I started reading it, and halfway through, I understood that I should, not try the way I tried in travel with my book, travel with my aunt, because it's quite simpler in understanding. I was understanding what he was trying to say, but in this, I was not able to understand anything. At one point, I felt like, it's doing some kind of intellectual bullying with me, and I should stop it right now. Mm, um, so there's this notes, literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on camp, and maybe she wrote with the idea that, it's not a simple reading, or it's not uh, the it's not meant to be understood simply. So maybe it was her idea, because I felt little bit that it's very free writing. The words were very difficult and different. The grammar of it was very different. So uh, somehow I could not understand it. And again, I will give it a try, because of course I want to uh, read her thoughts and books. Maybe I will start with something simpler, and then I'll come back to this smaller little book. But yes, I want everyone to at least know her, because she is quite interesting. So you should start with the interview, or maybe book, I don't know, but I want to go back to her interview first now, then I'll maybe sometimes I will choose a book, but not right now. Oh dear, Suzanne Sontag. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yes. That's about it. Maybe it's phase. It was a phase, because it was a phase of me not connecting with a book for a while. But what I'm reading right now is very interesting, and I will talk about it in the next video. Thank you.